To all those above me that watch over me, to all of you, my fave parapeeps on this side of the veil, welcome. This is the Paranormal Ministry. I'm your host, Sean Whittington. I am a seminarian in the United States Old Catholic Church, and I'm coming to you live from my haunted house, my very haunted house, where I live. Been quiet today. Well, actually, no, it hasn't been totally quiet today, and I have a feeling with my special co-host tonight. I have a feeling it's going to perk up a bit here and where she's at. Um, Thank you also very much for tuning in tonight, taking an hour out of your busy Monday schedule to hang out with me and my special co-host. If there's anything you want to know about my wife and I and our ministry work, go to our website www.ghost-b-gone.biz. And if you go there to visit, remember that my wife and I don't charge for our ministry work, helping people with their paranormal issues. So I know times are tough, but if you happen to be at the website and you notice the donate button and you're able to do so, click on it and send in a small donation. I promise you, it'll be appreciated from the bottom of our hearts. And trust me, we'll put it to good use. Tonight is the last Monday of the month, so you know what that is. That's right, it is Happy Medium Monday. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on my very special co host. You all know her, you all love her, live from Cape Cod, Cape Cod's only live on air psychic radio personality, the one and only Susan AHEARN. Hi, Susan.
Hello.
And before I forget, I better also throw this out there. I want to
Mhm.
wish my wife, Sharon, my beautiful wife, Sharon Whittington, Mrs. Whittington, a very happy birthday today. And I know what everybody's thinking right now. Rev, you didn't cancel the show tonight to take your wife out? No, because I'm taking her out tomorrow to one of her favorite restaurants. I'm taking the day off. She is, I'm taking the day off to celebrate her birthday. She's leaving work early. Someone has to pay the bills. And I'm going to take her to one of her favorite restaurants here in town for a late lunch, early dinner. And who knows, maybe some hanky panky on the way home in the car. You never know.
You know.
Um, so, hello, Susan.
Hello and happy birthday, Sharon.
I don't
Mm.
know if she will send in a question or not for her birthday. Said she was welcome to, but like she's watching the show in the other room on her laptop, and she's like up to here with homework from the clinic that she's
Mm.
working on. So she may or may not. But I know you two have plans to get together, um, you know, and do what you two do when you two get
Mhm.
together for at another time. But listen, I want to throw this out to everybody real quick for any newcomers that don't know how Happy Medium Monday works. Susan is here to give back to all of her friends, family, followers, um, and give free life's on air psychic readings tonight. But we don't take call ins. So you've got to be obviously tuned in live. You got to sign in, type your question into the chat room. My producer, Zach Clayton, will see it, put it up on the screen. Susan will see it. She'll read it. She'll give you a reading. But tonight, Susan doesn't do conjuring. So the questions, one question per person, so we can get everybody in. There's only an hour. But questions about love, relationships, work, travel, health, things of that nature, money, you know, but no conjuring. That's a completely different animal. Takes a lot of time and energy to do. But having said that, Susan, I know, you're a ghost magnet, so am I. If a spirit were to come in and grab a hold of you and introduce himself or herself to you and say, "Listen, I have a message for yada yada yada." I know you would go ahead and give that message out, but you're not setting out to do any conjurings. Just so everybody knows what the rules to Happy Medium Monday are. I know people are thinking rules. There's no rules in the paranormal ministry. Yes, there are.
Oh, there are. Ooh,
So,
ooh, ooh.
uh,
What's popping out?
let me
What's
see. Do I
popping
have
out already?
any?
Ooh,
I don't see anybody. Yes,
that's all right. So
but there's a lot I want to talk to you about.
this
Okay,
already
what's that
popped up.
card? Go ahead. What's that
All
pop?
right. So as I'm shuffling it, it popped out. So the 18, the hearts, the loyalty, it was about you and how so loyal you are and so
Me,
much love. There's so much love. You're an old dog, to be honest
me.
with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't even
So
ask. I didn't even
loyal.
send you in a question.
It's okay, but they're talking about because you were talking about um
I don't like to
Sharon and her
talk about me
birthday
because
and
I'm
da da
gonna
da
get
da.
because you know what's really I don't know if it's sad or not, and I don't know if people even care, and I shouldn't care, and I guess I don't really care. Am I a weirdo? I think I'm a little bit of a weirdo now. I cry over everything. It's like I'm even talking about it. I feel like I'm about to start. So I don't like to talk about myself because yeah, I'm just right now really overly emotional. What was I? What stupid thing was I crying about? Some commercial was on, and I was crying. I thought to myself, you are a loser.
Oh,
So, I mean, it
stop.
was like just just a like a I don't even know what the commercial was for, and it just wasn't even a sad commercial, and I just was like, man, you better get a grip, dude.
No, so
So
what's happening is that there's so much suffering happening. There's so much pain right now that I've been kind of emotional and teary for me. So, um, so you're not the only one. So I can tell people what to do when they're going through this is to check in with yourself and say, okay, am I kind of like a filter, an emotional filter for someone else who's not handling their emotions well. And so I always just go, okay, is this my sadness? Is this my anxiety? Is this my whatever that is that I'm feeling? It could even be extreme rage. Is this mine? This doesn't feel right. I don't even know what I'm mad about. And you may be filtering somebody else's emotional energy. So check in with yourself. If it's not yours, then go, okay, I see it, I honor it, and now I release it. And it kind of helps with all the sensitives. I've got a lot of sensitive friends and people that I will teach, and they're all saying the same thing. I'm really feeling this. I had to go home from work because I just couldn't keep it together, and I don't even know why.
yeah,
So the best thing to do is go, okay, is this my emotion? And you'll get an answer right away. Like it'll go, no, it's not your emotion. And go, okay, if I can't relate it to, okay, I just witnessed something sad or blah, 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 then you're just feeling. And so you're helping. It's that you've been chosen to help filter some of the emotion that's happening on the planet at this time.
that's good to know. And another thing I do, and I've done it for a long time, um, is just hand things over to God. A lot of Christians and Catholics do that.
Hmm.
If you're being bothered by something, sometimes things are just can be the simplest. The solution is right in front of you, and it can be uh, a the simplest, most minor issue that's got you, you know, emotionally spent. But if you just give it to God to take care of for you, I find that helps me a lot. It might not work for everybody, but I was sitting here making sure my camera was working. I was having some technical issues with my computer. Still have to log on here in a really weird roundabout way just to get into Facebook. Facebook never came up on my computer. I still don't really have a clue, knock on wood, how I actually get in here, but somehow I'm able to get in. And making sure everything works. And as I'm looking at myself in the camera
Hmm.
and positioning it just right, I can see my dream catcher spinning behind
Is
me.
it? Is it?
And so I actually turned around, and whoever it was, I talked to and said, "Listen, you were quiet all week long. You've been really quiet the last, you know, couple, few weeks. Let Susan do her thing tonight. Behave and let Susan do her thing." So I don't know if you're picking up on anything. If someone
Trying to
needs
look
to
at your
say something to you,
right.
and it's so dark in here, it would be
No, I
right
like
about.
it. Yeah, I
It'd
can
be right
kind of see
about.
it. I don't see it really moving. Is it moving?
I don't think right
I
now it
don't
is,
think.
but
No, I don't think it is.
it's actually doing that. Well, it's turning a little bit, yeah.
Oh, it is moving. It is turning. I can see it.
It was actually spinning, but as it was spinning, it was doing a rocking thing.
Fancy.
Um, but it's odd that it would do that today, and it's been really quiet in the house lately. Sharon and I were both
Spirit
talking
of
about that the other
Elvis.
day. So we take we don't rock the boat when it's quiet here because there's
Mm-mm.
times when it's not. And like the other day, somebody tapped Sharon on the top of the head and she got mad at me. My dog's sound asleep. I'm probably in and out of dozing off, but I'm watching a late night show on, and I'm in the recliner watching a show, and it's right next to the bed. Everybody's like, "You have a recliner in your master bedroom?" No, we still sleep on a California Queen mattress on the floor in the living room. It's been years because of we had that bad haunting here, and everything started in the master bedroom, and we still to this day don't sleep in there. But Sharon gets up, and that's one thing. Like Sharon has the patience of an angel, and she never gets upset. At least she doesn't show me she gets upset. This is about as upset Sharon gets. Um, like I can tend to rip a cuss word every once in a while, and then I ask God for forgiveness, and I apologize to whoever I ripped the word to. But Sharon's like a gosh darn it,
Gosh darn.
and I know, ooh, dang nabbit. She doesn't say dag nabbit, but it's stuff like that. For crying out loud. Um, that's different than me. I was an F bomber, the S word. I didn't throw out too many C words. But when I was growing up, I had a pretty I could lay the foul mouth on you. She not so much, but like if you wake her up out of a dead sleep, she gets mad. Um, and something smacked her on her head to wake up. So she jumps up out of bed and goes, "What?" I'm all,
Right.
"I didn't do anything." "What?" She goes, "You just slapped me on my head." Well, no, it wasn't me. So we've been wondering who that was.
Mm,
And so it's been intermittent like that over the past few weeks, but other than the occasional little weirdness like that, it's been unusually quiet here. So we don't know if it's because now I'm just constantly in. If the little bit of time it takes for me to prepare for my Monday show and my Friday show, other than that, oh my gosh, I am buried in seminarian studies. And
right.
so I'm wondering if all of that is keeping everything just uh-oh. We better behave because he's gonna lay it on
Right.
us.
Right. Interesting. And it's funny to say because you and I would go, "Oh, that's quiet." Now, if anybody else was even tapped, they would have sold their house and moved out the next day. And we're like, "Oh, that's quiet. That's no big deal."
Nancy Lyon. Hi, Nancy. Nancy, can you see Nancy? She has a question for you.
I see that. Says she was in a relationship that just ended. There's so much energy around it. Could you tell what that's about? So I don't really know what you're getting at. So I'm just doesn't really matter. I'm just going to pull some cards and see what that is for you, Nance. Balance, flow, and past issues are the theme of what was happening there. Um, we got a couple of different things happening. Um, the flow of, I don't want to say commitment, but the flow of personal issues. So in any relationship, we get into a relationship, we subconsciously pick a partner that triggers our stuff, and it triggers our stuff so that it can come to the surface so that we can heal it and move on and either grow together or we choose not to deal with it, which kind of feels like that's what was happening. That balance was off. Like either one person wanted to work on it, the other person didn't want to deal with stuff. And it's old issues because she's looking in the mirror in the back going, okay, she's always referring to something in the past that slowly is creeping up and coming into the forefront. And sometimes it's just too painful and we don't want to deal with that. And so that's kind of what was happening. And you can't make someone work on their stuff. Like you just people are either going to want to work through it and work together or they're not. And right now there's like I said there's a lot of pain and suffering going on and you can either choose to work in it and through it, kind of, you can't, you, we're not going to get out of it. No one's free of suffering at the moment. We're all just dealing, we're just rowing a different boat. And and some people's is a yacht, and you can't row a yacht, and it gets too much. And that's kind of what happened. And then I pulled the difficulty card. So it's, there's a lot of suffering happening for you right now. I would say the best thing is to look at it from third person. Take some of the emotion out of what happened in the relationship and see it clearly. Ask a friend to help you see it clearly, so that way then you can heal from it from this perspective. Instead of being in the relationship, now you get to learn from being outside of the relationship and be able to heal whatever was happening. If that's helpful, um, I hope that was helpful, because there's a lot to learn from that. There's a lot in that, especially now what's happening. So
Well, speak of the person that doesn't
the
like to be
angel.
interrupted from being asleep.
All
Actually,
right.
I do know who smacked her on
Mm.
top of the head, and I was a little upset with Sharon about something. I think it was smack her in the head.
Oh, you did not. So the first card out, Sharon, is love, the libido card.
Uh,
Um, and you know that that love is so much powerful than anything. It's like that's love is where it starts, right there. It's that beautiful, like that beautiful turquoise color. It just is from here, and that heals everything. And where we're into quantum healing, and we're shifting in that way as we're noticing our health care and how we deal with um, health now is changing. Um, you're going to be seeing higher elements of quantum healing. And so when you keep in that heart space, which Sharon knows how to do, that's why she doesn't have a mouth like a sailor, right? Like you and I. Um, you find that, and there's peace with that. Now she finds solace in her work, and she that's her place too. But don't give too much energy away to work. As long as the balance is there for work and play, it has to have that prana, that life force has to flow equally. Um, then you'll be fine. I'm not seeing anything. If you do have something coming up, this is information. It's the letter. It's not open, so there's information coming. Um, I know you're constantly checking and making sure. I don't see that being a problem. Nah, there's no problem. All things under the stars. It's the love card. So yeah, you're good. You've got people that need you here, Sharon. So thank you. And thank you for choosing to stay.
so you pulled the love card. So might there be something to my comment at the beginning of the show? A little hanky panky on the
Oh
horizon.
my gosh. Just pull over somewhere. Don't be driving. That's all I
Hmm.
have to say.
uh, Nancy, hi Nancy, she's back.
Okay, good. Yeah. And so just that's all we can do is we can just have forgiveness for yourself, because no one's perfect. And so if we try to, especially Mercury in retrograde, it's all about looking back at what? So redoing, regressing, it could be um, regenerating, rejuvenating, anything that we get to do over again. And so Mercury is a great time to pull up old junk that you haven't dealt with, and and it helps us work through stuff, but it also pulls up stuff. So find compassion for yourself, and then you'll have room and compassion for others, which is hard. It's, we're pretty tough on us. And so if you're screaming at somebody else for, like, I'm always screaming at people for not driving the speed I need them to. And so that's my cross to bear. And so then I have to go, okay, how am I today not being kind to myself and giving myself enough space to take the time that I need? And it helps a little bit. What are you going to do, right? We're all just trying to make it. So,
Hi Tim, how are you, brother?
Jim
Oh,
Winnington. You know that guy?
I belong to it's a really large, and everybody's going to rush there. You guys will be a little overwhelmed if you go there. This Facebook page I belong to. It's a group and a page, or whatever you want to call it. It's a Whittington
Mhm.
Facebook group slash page, and I've over the since it be, you know putting together a Facebook profile back in the day and getting on Facebook, I started just meeting Whittingtons all over the
All
world.
over this.
It's just interesting. I don't know why I find all that stuff so fascinating and interesting, but
That is cool.
it is very cool. Yeah.
So I get
Ahern.
something.
How about
Oh,
you
go
with
on.
the Aherns? Do you ever run into that's such a you're the very
Mm,
first Ahern I've ever met.
thank you.
And I know that your background is deeply and you're not so into that, but I know your background is deeply rooted in Celtic, Irish,
Mm,
heritage and all that. I think it would probably blow you away some of the things you would find out about your family ancestry if you chose to go that route. Um, but do you ever run into Aherns and both give each other a weird look and like, oh, there's another Ahern?
never,
Never. It's
never
an
bump into.
unusual name, I'm telling you.
Right?
Like
Yeah.
I have never met another Ahern.
We're from Cork and Dingle over in Ireland. And so, yeah,
It
kind of a
sounds like a movie I once watched.
stop. Stop it. Oh, are you being fresh?
I'm
Do I have
trying
to
not.
send you to the
Well,
penalty
just
box?
I'm just a little excited over the whole hanky panky thing.
I know. This is not that kind of a show. What the heck? Oh, talk about what kind of a show. Um, so Daniel Groom and I
Uh oh.
are doing what?
Go ahead, and I'm gonna
Oh,
bring up something I want to talk about with you
oh,
guys.
okay. So we're doing a special at the cafe, the most haunted Cafe Venice in Norwood, Mass. And on October 18th and the 25th, we are offering a limited amount of people to come and be a part of our live investigation. So
Very
you get to
cool.
come in. We've got all the tools. Well, not all the tools, but all the tools that we have, and you can come in and setting people up in different spaces. We're going to have a couple of different stations there. And yeah, so
That is very cool. What days of the week are the 18th and the 25th of October?
they're both on Tuesdays. We had to do it the night that the restaurant, because the restaurant's still operational when the restaurant closes. And
I
so,
know what I wanted to ask you about Cafe Venice. So the restaurant's closed. I kind of like that. It's an odd night.
mhm.
Weekend, you'd probably have a lot of, and I don't know how busy that town is there, but you may have a lot of outside interference when you're trying to do your EVP sessions and things of that nature, can contaminate your evidence, noise. But on a Tuesday night and the restaurant's closed anyhow, I think that works in your guys' favor.
Yeah. And the most active time, which is really strange, is from 7 to 10. So it's an early investigation. Like we've sat around many a night until, wee hours of the morning and nothing happens. The which kind of leads me to believe it was either a patron or someone who worked there because that's the hot time. So that's when we're having it from 7 to 10. It's really doable. You can get up in the morning and go to work on a Wednesday. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
totally doable. Um, and yeah, we're only allowing 20 people in. So we've got some tickets have sold already. It's a little early, but they want to get in
oh yeah.
and yeah. So
Do you know if Daniel has put together a promotional banner for that? I'll post it on my page.
yes, yeah, we do. It's on actually it's on my page. It's on both of ours. Yeah. I will
Tim, I
put it
have
up
an
there.
investigation in Georgia in October. It's a bed and breakfast, and it was a hospital during the Civil War. Yeah, there's
Oh, that's
anything
the
that, yeah,
one I want to go to. I
yeah,
want to do that.
very,
Is
very
there a
cool.
where's there a website or a link that we can have that kind of stuff posted? Like I want to know what I would pack up and go to wherever Tim is. I
I
would like go there
see.
and go there.
I don't have the list. Well, you know what? I do
Because
have the
some don't
list here,
like
but
you advertising, but like I think that's important. Like how are we supposed to know?
I'll
that
send you
what's
this
happening in
information
Arkansas,
later.
I'm never going to know.
These two pages are very good with letting me post stuff. I
Okay.
don't think they would have an issue at all, but it's I'll send you the information later. One page is paranormal events promotion. It's
Oh,
a big
nice. Okay.
Facebook group, tons
Oh,
of people
good.
on there, thousands of people.
Good.
And the other one is I think that's it. I
So
know
go
there's
to
a third
that.
one.
Yeah, like if you like to do this kind of stuff, if you're a ghosty and you like to go run around and with other like minds, and like I invited a group before I opened it up to the public. I invited a couple of groups to come, and so they could get first seating because we're trying to gather more information. Like we don't have all the information. We're as we continue to investigate, we get more pieces. And I love when people I'm not like, this is my thing and you can't come here. Sometimes we get that. I see that. And I'm like, no, the more the merrier. I want more people to get in there and see what it feels like and experience it and then ask questions and not be afraid. So, yeah, and you can go right on, my website, capecodhappymedium.com, then and there's a special spot for, haunted tours, and, you can get the tickets right there on that,
Very,
so,
very cool.
yeah,
I'll
thank
grab
you.
as soon as the show's over. I'll go to his page, grab that banner. I'll put it out there for you. That's going to be very, very cool. Have while we're on the topic, I want to congratulate you and the whole team for a couple of things. I
Mhm.
stumbled upon. Well, now
Yeah,
this just came out.
I think
Madrid,
today.
yeah,
Yeah,
Madrid International Short Film Festival is giving your web series honorable mention. That's a pretty big deal.
I get
And not
excited.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too. And you guys are the winner of the best web series at the Sicily Art Cinema Festival. You guys are going international. That's so cool with just a web series.
Those Sicilians are tough too, if you get in with them.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say I see a happy medium pizza
Mhm.
parlor spiritual shop.
Ooh, right?
You come in, you get a slice, and you get a reading.
I love that.
Yeah, you get in with
Slice
the
of a little
Sicilian.
ghost, a little extra cheese on it, shape of a ghost or something. We'll come up with something.
That
Ectoplasm
that is
or
very, very cool. So everybody's probably those that don't know. This team we're talking about is Mass Hauntings. Mass meaning Massachusetts. Mass Hauntings. Go to the YouTube channel, check out their investigations that they've filmed. And the team is cool. You guys have cool locations there. I can't think of a better. If you're into that sort of stuff, I can't think of a better state to live in other than Mass to do that sort of stuff. So that's just really, really cool. Now, having said that,
Mhm.
any latest psychic impressions about the Lady of the Dunes?
Oh, Miss Lady. No, nothing. Um, it's kind of in a limbo at the moment because they sold the rights. The producer director that created it um, sold it to somebody. I don't know. I don't know if one deal went through or the other, but whatever. I'm out of that loop. But it will surface, and someone big bought it. So we're just waiting. They may add more to it. Um, they may, because they now own all of it, they can cut it up and do whatever they want to it. So hopefully they'll, reach out and want me to do a little bit more. That would be wonderful. Or follow up, because we're definitely getting closer to applying pressure politically to the people that have been stopping the um, the release of her DNA. And that's key because we need her DNA to find out who she is. And at this point, with all the technology that we have, that we can find out who she is, and they still won't let her surface. And we
Wow,
need to know why. That's not right at all. That's creepy to me. There's
that is
something
creepy.
really sinister behind that. And so by doing this, we're getting the public in on it, and we're in the public outcry is to say she deserves to have her name. We need to know who she is. She deserves that. And I think because once her name comes out, then people will it's going to be easier to figure out who killed her, who put her there. And that's what they're trying to hide. Between you and I, we all know it. Like no one said it, but that's the bottom line. And I just want her to have her name. We just need to know who she is. She deserves that.
Yeah. Do you
So,
think she's well? Can a ghost, in your humble opinion,
mhm.
being tapped into that world, can a ghost haunt but be at rest at the same time, or do you find it that they pretty much haunt because they're not at rest? Because sometimes you
Uh,
hear these stories of these ghosts that are attached to homes or a family or land, um, and they're when they appear or they're seen, they seem to be at peace. They seem to be happy, at peace. They're not a scary apparition. They don't act out like a poltergeist or uh, do anything menacing to any of the people that are like in the home, living in the home where the hauntings take place.
mhm,
And you even hear some of these stories of these ghosts preventing a home from burning down, or um, uh, like the home that Sharon and I investigated like 16 times to try and get the spirits to settle down so the real estate agent could sell it. And eventually that happened, us going there repeatedly and becoming friends with them and talking with them and helping with a few things. There were some things that, spirit on a spiritual level we helped with that calmed things down, but eventually a good owner came in there and the spirits apparently, I don't know for sure, took a liking to them and they just really settled down and allowed that family to enjoy the home and make an offer, and the sale went through, and last I heard everything's cool there, but the place is still very haunted. But now they seem, even though they still continue to haunt, they all still seem to be now at rest. Um, and what's your feelings about that?
so you have so it's kind of like, okay, so the people, the loved ones that come through to me, what do we want to call them? Are they ghosts coming through? Are they just spirits coming through? What's the difference between a spirit and a ghost, right? So then you have I just think there's just many different levels. There are those who can pop through, say hi, do their thing, and then take off and go back to be comfortable. Then the ones that are here that are stuck, like the guy shutting the lights off here in the office, and the um, the ghost that's there at that place. I think that they just found, like any relationship, they found comfort in their existence, right? The new owner and the old ghost. I mean, they found comfort, and so they both were satisfied, and so they were happy. Versus somebody else that there was tension and it wasn't cohesive. I had a wonderful ghost that used to help. She was a sea captain's wife, and she used to help out with um, with the kids, with my kids at the house. So she was very helpful, and but there was sadness to her. Like she's in a continual loop. She's just walking this loop, waiting, and wanting and longing for something that's never going to happen. So, no, I don't think that there's comfort there. I think that there's this if you're stuck in this continual loop, it's like,
Interesting.
yeah, I can't see it being happy.
Because it's like at this one location, the spirits would, we knew there was like one spirit, and they built like hotel rooms on the back of this mansion, and
Mhm,
it had its own private entrance, and we assumed that maybe there was like brothel action happening on the back end of this mansion, and we encountered a spirit in the back that we don't know, of course, but we feel uh, died there, and she didn't want to leave the hotel part to go in. It almost was like she wasn't allowed to leave, even in the spirit realm, wasn't allowed to go into the other parts of the mansion. And then, like
mhm,
the ground floor of the mansion had the woman that the matriarch of the family that died in the home, and the husband who was mysteriously uh, died in the home too from, you know, he was involved in some stuff and then he had a bad fall down a concrete staircase. And so that was weirdness there. But now they didn't go upstairs because there was something extremely malevolent upstairs that took ownership of that upstairs.
Yeah.
But then I talked to other ghost hunters that have been places where they'll meet a ghost on one area of a home and they'll say, "Are there other spirits here?" And the ghost will say, "Yeah, four more."
Hmm.
But you don't want to, I don't like that ghost on the third floor. I don't like that ghost that hangs out in the garage. But
Hmm.
you can go and talk with them and visit with them if you want. But I don't like those ghosts. And
Right.
lately, I've had a lot of people come to me that have ghosts that are like argue, and so
Hmm.
they're like in the middle of this ghost argument. Um, and that's weird and can be upsetting. The ghost could care less that these people are there,
Right.
but they're acting out at one another. Have you ever encountered anything like that before, where different
Yeah.
ghosts at a location don't like each other?
Oh, totally. Well, you've
Really?
got to figure they're in a realm. They're in a realm by themselves. And just by chance, and I don't know how our realm and we're functioning in our realm. And we probably bump in and walk through them often. And this would happen really active in St. Augustine, Florida. And we have to talk about that too, Florida people. Um,
Yes.
um, that you walking down the street and their situation is just happening right in front of this doorway or this alleyway, and we walk through it, and I feel it when I walk through it because I'm walking through their energy. But if you're not aware of it, you're just walking through their stuff constantly, and I'm like, ooh, watch over the dead body and watch out for that thing, and I'm like trying to get around St. Augustine on my tippy toes, trying to get out of the muck. Um, but yeah, and you'll hear often, especially with the spirit box, "Oh, quick, he's coming," or "I have to go now. He's coming." And it's always usually not she's coming, it's usually always he's coming. So I don't know who's coming that makes most of these people afraid, but it's always there's always a somebody bossy monitoring the home, and then there's many different levels. So, yeah, you see it happens.
Well,
So
hello.
I'm bringing up this question here because I think it's kind of fitting a little bit for you, Sean,
Mhm.
what you do, and of course, I just think that we can help find finality for this lady.
Well, it's interesting that you would jump on, Zach, because I happen to know Christina Elizabeth Zarka. I've I haven't seen her or talked to her in many. Well, we talk occasionally by private message on Facebook, but I haven't seen her in person and talked with her for many years. But grew up with her and her family, so I've known the Zarka family forever, most of my adult life, and even as a young boy. Her brother Russ and I were as as tight as could be. But life happens, and you find many years go by, and you find you're living in another state, and he's living somewhere else, and your lives take different paths, and you lose contact. But I reconnected with Russ actually on Facebook here, and he was already suffering from advanced. And I believe this, you know. Christine, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was advanced colon cancer. He didn't have much time left. Now, I don't know if I shared this story with Christine. I hope she's okay with this, but I've shared this story with other people. I don't know if Russ was an atheist or did believe in God. I don't think we never really had a conversation about that stuff, so I'm not sure. Um, but Russ was actually near the end of this journey and moving on. And it was a night when Sharon probably one of the rougher nights that she was going through with her cancer. And honestly, I didn't think she was going to make it through the night. I'm staring at her in our, while she's asleep in our bed, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to wake up and, she's going to have passed on. So I figured, well, I have nothing to lose here. I'm gonna leave the house and I'm gonna go to I have both mastiffs in bed with her. She's protected. I'll lock the front door, but I'm gonna go to this all-night prayer chapel around the corner, which I did, that I knew was open. And I took a page out of my mother's book, which was when things are really, you really, really need to do whatever you got to do to contact the guy upstairs and ask for help. This is what you do. So I crawled on my hands and knees all the way from the front door of the church to the altar, threw myself on the mercy of the angelic court, and begged God to spare my wife's life. That, there's got to be a better way here. And whatever you need me to do from this point on, if you give me that, I'll give me. You already have me, but I'll really, really give you me. Um, and I came home that night. My phone was ringing. This is the middle of the night, and it was my friend Russ. And he passed away after this phone call I got from him. He passed away very shortly after that. But he called me and said, "I'm like, what's going on, brother? I just wanted to let you know that I saw God, and God wanted me to tell you that Sharon's not going to die, and you need to continue to fight those responsible." Now, I had left the field of deliverance ministry at the time because um, her cancer, her three very rare forms of cancer, came on like gangbusters, and it was from an extreme demonic attack. And I had left the field. I wasn't even doing exorcism or deliverance ministry work anymore. Had no intentions on going back. But that was a clear message from God through my friend Russ. Um, and Sharon, here she is. She wasn't expected to survive this, but she did. The last full body CT and full body MRIs that we've done on her show no metastasis of the disease anywhere. And the disease isn't around, and the disease is gone. We're talking squamous cell carcinoma of the tongue, couldn't talk for a year, couldn't swallow water, had a feeding tube in for a year, which turned into throat cancer, then medullary thyroid cancer, all known to metastasize. No history of cancer in the family. Didn't drinks a little now, but then wasn't a drinker, wasn't a smoker. And this happened right after we had that bad, whatever it was, follow us home from that case and take up residence here in the house for about 8 weeks. So this here, God was, maybe I was so involved in that I had spiritual blinders on and earmuffs on, and I wasn't hearing the message God was trying to tell me that everything was going to be okay. But you got to get back up on the horse and continue to do what you were doing. So I don't know if I've told Christina that story, but so Christina, oh, he did believe. Well, God bless him. He talked to the man before he passed. Christina, just wanted you to know that. Um, so she wants to know how she can contact Russ, and I know we talked about you not doing any
Mhm.
conjuring before that, but if you have any helpful hints for
Yeah.
Christina on how she can reach out to her brother, any techniques for people that may not be as advanced as you are in communicating with spirit, little things people can do to receive messages. If you have any helpful hints.
Right. No, it's interesting. So my guide is making a little quick whatever they do. Um, eh, he's at peace and he struggled horribly. This is the struggle card. He did struggle horribly. He's being utilized right now. His energy is being utilized on the other side to help, to support. Um, and he is not connecting with me directly. Um, I don't it, I don't know if he's choosing to just stay back or what. I feel like he's just really busy. And and I keep, what's interesting, I'm getting a lot of that lately. Like they're really, really busy. They'll come through quickly with a quick message, but that, like we're really busy right now because it's just a crazy time. Um, and their need is so amazing on the other side. Like we're seeing so many people making the shift and crossing over that it's got to be crazy over there. It's got to be absolutely crazy over there, because so much is happening. And so he's very busy. What you can do, Christina, is just find a meditative practice. And even if that's just 5 minutes or while you're in the shower or something that you do every day that you can, while you're walking to the mailbox or whatever you do, um, that in that moment in time, you're going to dedicate it to being available to messages and information, images, anything that you can open your mind up to. I feel like sometimes you may get a little rigid and need a little bit more, something a little more tangible. So practice being open and trust. I trust that the messages I receive tonight will be for my highest good, and hopefully that'll be a message from Russ. And but if not, I understand that I'll get the messages that I need, and just kind of be in that and sit in it. There's been a lot of people that I would love to connect with that I haven't been able to. And there were people that I really, really loved, and I'm like, "Why are they not coming through? Like, why can't they talk to me? I don't understand." And it just is, like, sometimes there just is, and I don't know why. If I had that answer, I would share it. It's not for a lack of love, because I know that that isn't it. It's just that they're busy. I don't know.
Do you want me to read Natasha's question to you, or can you see that okay?
Yeah, I can see it. I wondered
Okay.
if you could tell me if some of the shadows my kids see in the house we recently moved into could be their grandmother, Glinda, watching over them as she is laid to rest close to where we live now. Thank you. What I would say the best way to figure out who it is that they're seeing is to ask them to ask who it is. If they're seeing it, then it's coming to them. If you're not seeing it, it's not coming to you. So there has to be one thing in common, that 1 ounce of connection that makes that happen. And so it could be just that they're a little more open. Sometimes we can shut that down, or our fear shuts that stuff down. But if the kids see shadows, ask them to ask who it is. And most likely that's who it is. Um, just ask. And if it's somebody else, it could be their guides helping them out through situations that they're experiencing. It could be just other loved ones that are coming through that are there to help them. And 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 that's important right now. The kids are getting a lot of information. They're getting lots of um, spiritual, I call it coding, so that they are getting more information, more downloads that are happening than adults, because I think the adults are just shutting it down more and the kids are more open to it. Um, so yeah,
Excellent.
don't be afraid. Ask. I mean, if they are not of a positive, you're going to be able to feel it, and that's where I, as a parent, would say, okay, I want to be more aware of what is happening in my home, and I'm sending a power protection inside my home. I see a beautiful blue light shining from inside and spreading out to the walls, to the yard, to the town, and continue doing that. If with an inhale, and then as you exhale, I just and I surround just what I can. Keep it small at first and then expand it. And that helps clear and cleanse what's happening in your house better than any sage or anything else that you could run around with. That pure intention of cleansing and clearing.
Hi, Charles.
All right. So you've been waiting for a money thing to get to you. All right. Let's see what's happening with this money
Me
thing.
too, Charles. It's called Publishers Clearinghouse. Been playing. My wife and I have been. I don't know how long she's been playing it. I've been playing that since I was a little kid, and she plays it religiously, and I'm just don't know why we keep getting these big envelopes in the mail. I'm like, we won.
It's coming, Charles. It's coming. Your fortune. No, wrong card. Da, 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 da. I'm so dyslexic. I can't work this camera. It drives me crazy. All right. So, fortune. Love this card. It's full of power and energy. It depends, though, on which way you're walking. The stairs are kind of elusive. So, you could be walking up or down them. If you're going down, you're going into debt. If you're going up, you're going into the fortune. So we want you going up. And they're saying now, and I see you going up. Now it's happening. So it's coming soon, but there has been difficulty. The tower is never a good card, especially around money. So that can be more money's going out than coming in, is what I'm seeing. So hold tight. Let's see, give you a number. This could be 2 weeks, 2 months. I'm not going 2 years. That just seems too far out. So 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully. I would like to see that for you. Hope that's not too long. Keep up. Positive thinking. So there is something, the tower means that there's something in the way blocking whatever's coming to you. And I do see lots of numbers around you. I don't know what you do for work, but there's lots of numbers, and that could just be your brain. Your brain is just a number thing. Um, but you can get pretty stubborn and you create blocks for yourself. So see yourself releasing these blocks effortlessly, easily, finding things, abundance to come to you. Have that in your mindset that I'm willing to receive today. I'm willing to receive any amount of money today. Even if you find a penny or a dime on the ground, that's money. So then you up the ante and say, okay, that's funny, haha. Now I'd like more money coming my way, and see where your blockage is. Because I feel like you somehow through like the doubting Thomas type of mentality or keeping things at bay. So open it up, be willing, play with it. I love playing with money. I love making money come to me. It's fun. So,
Very, very cool. Hi, Teresa.
will I ever be happy in myself? All right. So here's the $1,000,000 question, Teresa. Do you want to be happy? Because if you want to be happy, then you'll be happy. If you don't want to be happy, then you're not happy. So you got to figure out what's easier. It's easier to be not happy because then it's so much easier to find 1,000 things wrong. Baby steps. Pick little bits and pieces, little bits and pieces. Every time you say something negative, I want you to replace it with something beautiful and loving. Like you look in the mirror and go, oh my God, I'm getting so old. There's another wrinkle. You'd never say that to yourself. So, or to a friend, but you could so easily say it to yourself. Turn that around to say, you are beautiful in every way. Just kind of soften it a little bit. Your messages to yourself will then change. And spend time with people that are really positive. Listen to positive affirmations. Listen to Eckhart Tolle. I love him. He's got the best messages. Listen to him. 10 minutes a day. He can make you laugh and giggle. He's just so cute. I love him. Oh, Florida.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just want everybody to keep everybody in Florida in your prayers. Like in no state in the Gulf Coast region needs to get hit by a hurricane, but
No. Yeah.
definitely it's heading towards Florida. Ian, I believe, is the name of this hurricane, and so everybody please keep Floridians in your prayers tonight that Ian uh, doesn't wreak havoc on them. That's the last thing they need, or anybody needs at this. Like, can things get any worse? Conjuring. I know we throw that word around a lot, but I'm thinking, I'm hearing my sisters right now. They knew how upset I was when my parents passed. They said, "Don't conjure. If they want to give you messages or visit you, let them do that on their time, but don't conjure them." So I'm bringing this up because of a couple of reasons. You were talking to Christina about, you know, let the messages come to you and they will, and be open to them. And I've adopted that thing. It's like, I get a lot of people right now reaching out to me going, dude, uh, how old are you now? You entered the seminary? Well, it's because a bishop, a Catholic bishop, came to me, walked in on me in a trailer at a thing I was doing, and I didn't tell him this, but my mom's face was on his face, and it was her voice coming out of his mouth when he said, "I think you would be a great priest." And she told me that all my life growing up. When I was telling her I'm going to be a pro football player or a cop or a fireman, she said, "I think you should be a priest." So I want to compliment you on your beautiful necklace and your beautiful. I think it's, you know, he's a Benedictine, this bishop. You and I both have Saint Benedict bracelets on, and I love turquoise. My mother loved turquoise. You're wearing a beautiful turquoise necklace, and the medallion happens to be Brazilian because my mother was
Ta-da!
Brazilian.
I
So
love that. I wish you could see it. You go to whisperinggoddess.com and I got this for my birthday. My birthday is on October 1st on Saturday, and I have a lovely friend, and she made this, and she has this beautiful website, and she uses the metals, and she makes jewelry, and they're all handmade, and the story is wonderful. You'll see it when you go to her website. So yeah.
so that's a message to me. I take that as a message,
Mhm.
and
20 again, 23 again.
eh, oh my gosh. Well, we've got a few minutes left before we get cut off. You know, I love you. I respect you. I know you and Sharon will get together for
Yes.
whatever it is you two do.
Mhm.
And I'm so excited for you. You're just a very special person. I know you know that I feel that way about you. My son was called by the National Guard to get to his post. He's
Mm.
being shipped. That's not good. We'll
So
pray for him, Tim.
it is good. He's strong and he is going to be fine. Um, he loves this stuff. He eats this stuff up. So Archangel Michael plays with him. He's like, they run in that same powerful energy. So we need him there. So thank you, Tim. We'll send him good energy too. So,
Absolutely. I'll add him
yep,
to the prayer list tonight, Tim.
yep. And my sister, can you add her too? My sister
Oh my
Maureen,
gosh.
the poor thing.
Oop.
She's not feeling well. She's under the weather and she's in Florida. They've just battened down the hatches down
Oh,
there.
she's there
So,
too.
yeah,
Maureen.
correct.
I will add her tonight too,
So we're
for
going to add
sure.
her and help her feel better. Yeah.
In just a couple of minutes we have left before I have to kick you out of here. Any parting advice for all the people right now that, like, I don't know if Christine is Catholic. I almost wanted to recommend pray the Rosary because William Harrison. Okay,
All right, William.
because
And
the
your whole
Rosary is
group is
very,
going to be in our prayers.
yes,
Mhm.
the Rosary can be very meditative too, and since he did see God, the Rosary might be good for Christina too if she wants to. You don't have to be Catholic to pray the
Mm-mm.
Rosary.
Mm-mm.
All righty, you. I know we won't see you the last Monday of October, which is Halloween night.
Right.
I probably will have a show, but
Mhm.
you have events to do, so you won't be with me. So it won't be a happy medium Monday night, a Halloween night here, but you'll be in my thoughts, and we talk all the time. So, but whatever it is you
Right.
do on Halloween night, be safe, and
Thank
I will see
you.
you the following
Good. And we can talk
November.
about all the candy that we got.
I love
Until
you.
then, oh, thank you, everybody. You're always in my prayers. Remember to hold that as you're breathing in and exhaling that blue light. It really is so important to hold that love in your heart because that just is going to help get through any obstacles that you feel like you're going through right now. And I know everybody's got something, so we can do this. Thank you,
Have,
Sean.
you're welcome. Have a safe trip home.
Bye.
Talk to you later. Yes, everybody, keep Tim's son in your prayers. Everybody that sent a message in tonight, everybody, keep them all in your prayers. They're all going to be on my prayer list later. For all of you that feel you need a little extra God in your life, and who doesn't, The United States Old Catholic Church has night prayer every weeknight, Monday through Friday, on Spreaker, and that's at 7 p.m. Pacific. And it's not very long. You'll be there, 15, 20 minutes, but it's beautiful. Bishop James Long does the night prayer. I always have the link on my personal Facebook page. You can also go to usocc.org for the link. So that's Monday through Friday, every night at 7 p.m. Pacific. Every Wednesday afternoon and Sunday afternoons, Bishop James Long and the USOCC have Bible study. And that's a little bit longer. That's a couple hours out of your Wednesday afternoon and your Sunday afternoon, 5 p.m. Pacific, a little earlier. But that's a great time. And once again, always have the link on my personal Facebook page, and Bishop James Long always has the link on his personal Facebook page. So join us for Bible study on Wednesday afternoons and Sunday afternoons. I want to thank my co-producers, Zach and Adrian Clayton, for producing my show, because without them I couldn't do it. I want to thank Things Network. I want to thank Temple of Phoenix Rising Entertainment. I want to thank Skeleton Key Network. I want to thank PACT, Podcasting for All Coming Together channel, for them all simulcasting my show on their networks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will be here next Monday, or this coming Monday. It is Monday. No, this Friday. This Friday? Yeah. I'll be here this Friday. Oh, you're going to love these people. The 30th, this Friday, Sharon Day and Denny Gurn will be here together. They are world-class adventurers, paranormal authorities. Sharon is the creator of ghosthuntingtheories.com, the blog. That's going to be a great show this coming Friday the 30th. Everybody, I love you all. Thank you all for hanging out. You're all on the prayer list. God bless you all. Peace.